right, welcome back to another episode of the Bad Batch Bourbon Bros, where we'll be doing everything from pouring bourbon, sharing stories, and shaping sounds. I'm David.
And I'm Vinny.
And welcome to the show. All right, so we're going to be tasting another bourbon to start off this episode. What do you got for us, Vinny? Vinny picked the bourbon for this one today.
Today we have Woodford Reserve, a barrel finish select, the double oaked.
Oh, double.
It's different than the
like the
Woodford.
bottle.
Yeah.
I like that. It's like an old, almost gives me the idea of a church bell. Remember back in the day when they used to ring the bell on the porch? They hold it upside down and shake it, get to school and church at the same time.
Yeah. It's got a nice color to it.
Yeah, I like that color. I like that cap too. The cork. I think it's juicy.
I got it is. It's got quite some meat on it. I got a few kickbacks last time because we took a point off for the top.
Oh, and people didn't like that.
People weren't. Well, just one guy.
That guy don't count. Nah.
No, he's a good. He's
Our one
buddy.
viewer.
Yeah.
I'm going after him.
Yeah, we're already putting out for him. Sorry,
So do he like?
Oh yeah, no,
bourbon
he
without
was,
a cap. I mean, without a.
Yeah, well, it was the.
It doesn't matter.
The Weller, because it really doesn't. It's just our preference. But like we said, it's our preference. All right, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
It was another sucker.
Yeah.
What was the other sucker we had? Was it the Sir Davis had a good one.
No, what was the Pinella? Not the 1792. Was it that one?
Oh yeah, the regular bottle.
Yeah, the 1792.
Maybe it's that wider. It's the wider cork. That gives it the.
The kiss.
I assure you, I've had this once, just a little sip. I assure you that this will not mislead
Does not
you.
take it for you.
No.
Nice. All right, let's get into. Oh, the pour. Thank you, sir. That smells good. You can pick up like the must from the barrel.
Yeah, I'm excited to get back into this.
That sound, the cork sounded a lot better. Like, pop it off now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what it does. Now, I am a fan of Woodford Reserve anyway.
It is usually my go-to.
I like Woodford. I remember I was at this one bar in the city of Detroit, and it was like just a hole in the wall. And they had like Woodford Reserve on the shelf. It had never been open. And I remember one time I was at this bar. It was just like a small little hole in the wall bar in the city. And I was looking around at, what was I drinking at the time? I think it was Bullet, but I really like Woodford Reserve, and I seen that it was sitting on their shelf, never been open. And I asked her, I was like, hey, how much is that Woodford Reserve pour? She looked, $2. I was like,
can't turn that down.
Right. I was like, she brought it over, opened it up. I was like, you can leave the bottle. It's $2. Y'all must have not know what you paid for it, but it was sitting over there collecting dust.
Yeah.
And it was an old fireman's bar where guys really were in there.
They were getting Jack and Budweiser.
Jack and Budweiser. I think they actually carried Bush Light. Mm-hmm. And that was when I knew this was a bar for the decades.
Yeah.
This bar belonged to the streets.
Mm-hmm.
I like that nose, though.
Mm-hmm.
The smell. That color is nice.
It is. It's got a nice darkness to it.
Dark amber or... Darkness. You want to taste it?
Let's do it.
All right. Oh, that's smooth.
That Kentucky hug goes down. Like it takes a second to kick in.
Yeah. I taste the maple or syrup. I taste something sweet.
Yes, I agree. I was trying to pinpoint it, but that sounds about right. Let's see if there's any notes on this thing.
Yeah. Did they tell us a story?
Just the Surgeon General's warning. Yeah, you're not pregnant, are you?
No.
This product may sediment over time. Man, that's a bummer. I would like a
won't be here
story,
that long.
Woodford. Yeah, exactly. Liquid Profile is extra aged. It's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey finished in heavy toasted new oak.
Okay. I smell that oak. I smell the heavy toasted oak. I don't taste it so much.
I always forget about it, but the reason that it's bourbon is because that it's in it's a brand new oak barrel is what
Oh, is that why?
designates it as specifically a bourbon.
Learn something today. See, when you listen to the Bad Batch Bourbon Bros, you find something out. And that's what makes it a bourbon.
Is the new oak,
Oak barrel.
fresh char of a new oak barrel. Beautiful. Everything else is not bourbon.
Whiskey. Yeah. But it's not Bad Batch whiskey, bro.
No, it is not.
So what do you think about it?
I love it.
And you can tell as soon as you hit it, it gives you a good taste, right? And you can tell it's just bourbon. It's not anything else put in there.
But it's a good bourbon.
But it's a real good bourbon, and it's not overwhelming either. It's not like a real harsh
What's the
shot.
Man, I keep taking this. 90.4 proof.
So 45.
Yep, 0.2.
45.2 of alcohol. That's
Woodford is also usually my go-to as like a sipper, or for cocktails. I like that in like a good old fashioned Woodford, or like the double oaked Woodford.
yeah. They always had those nice bottles too. Like
Yeah,
as
they
far as
got a good bottle
I
design.
like that one. That's when I started drinking it, just because I was like, oh, I like the bottle. That's good. So let me ask you this: what's a price that raises your eyebrow when it comes to buying a bottle of bourbon?
It raises my eyebrow in what connotation?
Like, oh, that's a little pricey. I'm not willing to spend that on.
Okay. I usually, like, if I'm just getting it like to add to my collection or to try something new, I will usually try to stay under 100. If it's something that I know that I've either heard is good or that I know is good that I want, I'll get around there. But if I'm sampling something new, I usually stray around the $75 range.
Yeah, that's a good range because if you
don't feel like, because if it's not good, you don't feel like you really missed out too much.
Right.
Something, but it's not 100. Like something about $100 is kind of a heavy weight.
Okay.
At least in my brain.
That's acceptable.
What about you?
Mine is 150.
Okay.
150 before I because let's be honest, nothing is gonna go to waste.
Yeah.
But if I really want to try something and I've never had it before or anything like that, $150 if I see a bottle and I just I want to try that.
Oh yeah.
Past 150, I'm like, I'm gonna have to wait until somebody else has it.
Get some recommendations.
Suggest it to me. My thing now is to go to a bar and just order a shot of whatever I'm thinking.
Oh,
You
just
know
to
what I'm
see.
saying? Yeah, just to see because that's pretty much a good way to test everything.
Yeah,
I don't have to buy a whole bottle. Yeah. Then you get you a nice bottle.
That's smart.
What are you thinking? It sat on your tongue for a minute. Well, you already had it.
Yeah, you go first this time.
yeah.
Before you rate it, you got to give it one more sip, just so it's
One more.
freshly.
Make
on your
sure
tongue.
that I got it. You know what? You're
It
right.
does go down like maple syrup. That's crazy.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it coats the whole tongue like with a flavor of syrup. I'm going to go with 7. I'm going to give this a 7 Glencairn. A 7 Glencairn. I like the way it hits your tongue and it sort of sits there for a minute, and then when you drink it, it gets a little stronger, but it's not enough to make you just gag, or it's not one of those that you'll be like, oh, I put hair on your chest.
Yeah.
Right. It's a nice smooth bourbon, and the taste is real good. That maple or whatever they did with
But
it.
it's not like a artificial sweet.
Yeah, I wonder what the double means. Like the double barrel. What are they?
Essentially, they put it in a barrel, and then they put it in another barrel, and then they put it in a third barrel, and then, no surprise, they put it in the fourth barrel. Because the original recipe or whatever is to do it in 2, and then So it's just more.
Do they pour it out the original barrel, then pour it in a second barrel, or they take this one barrel and like the
I like to
Russian eggs?
I like to think that I was just gonna say that. Russian nesting dolls.
Yeah, is that what they're doing here?
But I don't know the answer to that original question.
Okay, all right. We have to look into it. Wilford, give us a call. So the color
7.
is beautiful on here.
Yeah, it is.
I really like that color.
Yeah.
You hold it up, it just makes it look like it's hiding all of your nightmares. Once the bottle opens, did you ever when you were younger and you like got a bottle or something, you took the cap off and you threw it? You had to finish it at that point.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I got something. So the thought that just popped into my head was when I was little, I would only get offered half a stick of gum. My mom would want to rip it in half.
She would give you the
She
whole
wouldn't
piece.
give me the whole piece. It was like, I don't know if she was saving gum or she was conserving money to have more gum, or she wanted a piece of gum. But I want a whole
man.
stick. Yeah, I want a whole stick.
Like I know when it was a kid, because it's like you can't have that much gum, you can't have that much candy. It's a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, eat your stick of gum and don't give me a half a stick of gum.
I eat usually 3 pieces of gum when I eat gum. And my wife, she eats dentine, like those little. Yeah, what's the name of the gum?
So you'll put 3 of those?
Yeah.
That's fair. Those are really
Yeah,
tiny.
those are small. I take 2 of the regular sized pieces of gum, if that counts. Like if it's the regular sticks,
Yeah.
I take 2.
Did you always do this?
Yeah, I always felt like this gum is not, unless it was bubble gum. But now, sitting here talking, that may be the reason why. I used to chew bazooka bubble
You're
gum.
used to that.
Yeah, I was used to some meteor gum. Yeah, no, but I'm gonna give it a 7. I
right.
like the color on it. The bottle's cool. I like the flavor.
I like that. 7's a good. It's a good rating. I think I'm gonna go an 8 for myself.
Really?
Yeah, it's rare that a bourbon will hit me as much. It like really hit me good. Would you like Sandlot, the movie?
Oh man,
Love
I love Sandlot. I watched Sandlot. I guess I was a grown person when that movie came out.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was actually an adult when it came out because I watched it with my daughter,
Okay.
and it was her favorite movie. But my favorite part was when it was like, you throw like a girl. That was like the ultimate roast. That was it. That was like no more talking. Let's meet on the field.
Yep.
I felt good that they won too. It is like beat the brakes off of those. You pulled up on your Schwinns.
Yeah.
They all had Schwinns,
banana
matching
legs.
jerseys.
Yeah.
We always had it. It was like street against street. We had
going.
thousands of kids on the neighborhood. It was like every street had a good 30 kids on it, which was funny because we had at least a city block. You know, just a block. It was maybe a good, I guess, was it at 30 houses?
Probably.
About
Yeah.
15 on each side. Everyone had at least 2 kids in there.
Okay.
And so we all went to the same school. So you would actually just like walk to school with the kids on your street.
Yeah.
And that would turn into you hang out with them at recess or whatever. And those turned into teams. Like when we play in recess, it's like, oh, okay, you on my team, you on my team. That turned into weekend games at the activity center, the Northwest. So we were all at Bustle's Activity Center. So we would all show up there on the weekend, and it would be just Burwood against Eileen. And then the week after that, it would be Burwood against Griggs. And you would just go all the way to the first major street, and you would play.
Do you guys would just regulate it yourselves?
Yeah. There was no rule or rhyme to it. It was just be like, okay, we got to play so and so next week, and it was pretty good. It was some pretty good competitions with just those, because those guys. I mean, you grew up with the same people and everything, so it was kind of cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was funny because like it's 10 of us, right? I got 5 brothers and 4 sisters, and we all sort of stair step. So we would walk to school together, because back then the schools went from kindergarten to almost 8th grade, pretty much. You didn't have like middle school. They didn't break you up too much right then and there. So we would be walking to school together, and the neighborhood, the moms or whatever, would be like, well, go walk with that group of kids. We were all family. They didn't know. And pretty soon we had got to like a big group of kids to where this one local gang thought we were like another gang. And they like start challenging us with some other stuff. That's a whole nother story. But yeah, it was funny. I was like, we actually family. What are you talking about?
Right, yeah.
So I like the Woodford.
Yeah.
You good?
I'm good.
All right.
That's your urban review.
All right, welcome back. Let's get into some shaping sounds, Vinny. So we have a song that we're going to listen to, James Ingram, 100 Ways.
Okay.
This song was like my number one song. I would play this song all the time growing up, and I still go back to it. It was the first song I learned all the words to.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
I like having a reason for it. Yeah.
Yeah. So like James Ingram, he was that guy when you was growing up. He was before Luther Vandross.
Okay.
If you ask me, and he's got some great songs, but 100 Ways was the song for me, and I would play that song every morning. And I thought that I could sing because he has like a deeper voice.
Okay.
So I always thought I wish I could sing. Like if I could do anything differently, it would be know how to sing. That would be my thing to do. And I would be like a walking musical. I would sing all the time, just talking, just at the grocery store. I need some Frosted Flakes or something. Just walking down the aisle, talking, singing. But yeah, so James Ingram was my guy. And this song sort of like got me into the kind of music that I listen to today. So 100 Ways by James Ingram. We're going to listen to that now.
All right. And we're doing something a little bit different now, or this podcast. We're trying different stuff out. We're new. We're
working
just
it
having
out.
fun with it. So we're going to do a blind listen or whatever you want to call that, where we just would listen to it here and now instead of doing it as a homework project. So we're going to listen to that, and then we'll be back in a few seconds to tell you all about it.
Hang tight.
Wait, Quincy Jones?
Oh yeah, this is the Quincy Jones era, like all of his little people.
You know how I first found out about Quincy Jones?
How's that?
Austin Powers.
Yeah, baby.
Vinny. You should edit that out. You should never have an inundation to Quincy Jones through Austin Powers. That is not fair.
I was born in 1991, sir.
Wow. Yeah, I did not know that. That's when I graduated high school in 91. Okay, well, cool. We will be getting into a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm Unc right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to start referring to you as nephew.
And all my music doesn't make sense to you. It's classic.
But yeah, all right. Back to the music.
Yeah. Do you dance to this song? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
This is a social. So, do you know how to social? That's an actual dance.
Oh, no.
Okay. So, this is more of a social.
Okay.
So, you and your lady moving and grooving. This is a social dance.
Not like slow dance, but like a little bit.
It will be considered the black waltz.
Oh.
Right? Everybody know the 4 steps, but it's not the waltz. It's not the square.
Yeah, okay.
It's more or less like a...
I can't stand the waltz, if I'm being honest. I tried to learn it once and hi. What?
Really? You couldn't learn it, or you didn't like it?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
No, it's a boring dance.
Because you do it, and then what are you doing it for? You're going to do it in front of a bunch of people? Nobody wants to watch you dance.
No. Well, no. But...
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see you do the waltz.
Nobody wants to see it. All right.
Arms tonight to reflect that she owes you the sweetest
Oh, he was spitting too.
But it's a very elegant way of putting it. Yeah.
100 ways.
See, that's how you end the song. You just ease on that. You could tell he was singing all the way off the stage. He was like, so that was 100 Ways by James Ingram.
100 Ways.
You listen to the whole song. First time listening to it.
First time I ever heard it. Yeah, that was that was cool. That was an experience.
1981 was when they put that out into production. Him and the late great Quincy Jones. So, what are you thinking? It's fresh in your mind. It's as fresh as a new sip.
That's ooh. I love the soft piano behind it. That was a nice, just gentle jam, just like rock. And there would be different parts of the song where it would have a different instrument. The piano, the whatever flute. That was I like that one the most. That cool instrument. And then the sax. I love a good sax.
Oh yeah, saxophone to get the whole song lit up.
Yeah,
especially if somebody knows how to blow on that bad boy, right? I appreciate a good saxophone. I always wanted to play the saxophone.
Me too.
I bought a saxophone from the pawn shop, and I got home, and I'm like, all right, whatever, I got it. The guy sold me the little wooden reed that goes in there. Reed. I'm about to. Hey, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
Nothing. Then I blow it's hard. It's almost like sucking out of a McDonald's straw, eating that shake.
The shake, yeah.
Little vein pops out of my forehead, and I get the weakest.
Yeah.
It was like the weakest. Boop. I was like, let me take this back. Give me a guitar. Because if I have to blow that hard consistently to get a sound out of this thing.
Yeah. The lung power those musicians have.
I never knew
amazing.
Yeah. I thought it was because they make it look so easy. They make it look like, hey, I'm just out here, I'm doing it. And then they get to dancing and stuff.
Yeah.
I had to sit down for a week. I think I blew something. But yeah, so I went and got a guitar. So that started my guitar journey.
How old were you?
I had to be 17. I had just moved out. And I had a harmonica, right? So I had a harmonica, and I was like,
yeah,
it's easy to blow into something that make a sound. Thinking a harmonica would be the same way as a saxophone. And then when I found out about wind instruments, I was like, they're not for me.
Did you learn how to actually play a harmonica, with being able to do the different notes?
Yeah, I could play different notes. All of my musical background is self-taught. I never went to a class. YouTube, self-taught. So I could actually play different notes on a harmonica.
Could you play a song?
Old McDonald.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't too much. I can't read music.
Okay. It's like reading an analog clock or a digital clock.
It's way easier for tab. And I was like, all right, well.
Because I could never learn how, I only had it when I was a kid, but I could never figure out how, because it's your tongue has to go into different grooves of the piano or of the harmonica.
Yeah, don't lick the piano.
They're teeth, but they're not for licking.
Yeah. So your tongue will move around, and it would get you to get a different tone out of it.
I never understood
you
how
would
to
curl. So a harmonica got the pipes on it, and you would go with your tongue to whatever pipe.
But I just seem to remember as a kid, at least, that it would want you to do one pipe over here and then one pipe over on this side, and I was like, I can't do that.
Just a little boy.
But no.
That's a good thing, Benny.
But maybe I need to
I want to be real.
Maybe I need to revisit it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't remember it being that extensive, to be honest.
Maybe I
really
was
don't.
a child. So.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. I don't remember it being that extensive to doing weird tongue tricks while you played it. It was more inhaling and exhaling
Yeah.
and moving it at the time.
Because I always wanted to take it to like a bonfire or like a campfire.
That would
just, like,
be
able to
cool.
just rock out on it.
That was one of the reasons I wanted the saxophone. Everybody always played the guitar at a
You come out
bonfire.
with, like-
I actually wanted to pull out a saxophone.
That would be
and
dope.
just
Nobody would hate that. Like everybody hates a guitar
Yeah,
guy.
we hate the guitar guy, but the saxophone guy, what? You might put the fire out and just be like,
Right.
"Hey, Dave, do your thing."
Yeah.
Everybody got that one, like that mental thought. I want to be the man. I want to be the
guy.
The guy.
Yeah.
I want to be James Ingram. I want to show up with like 6 buttons unbuttoned.
Yeah.
And they were just like, is that him?
Oh, you have like an aura around you.
Yeah. I like slide in.
Yeah.
There was a Martin episode where he was talking about how he met Gina.
Oh, yeah.
And that was what he did. He like showed up to the
I
party.
used to love Martin.
Oh, you should have picked up a lot from that show.
I did. Okay. So it was before I was like culturally aware to like understand it. It's like, that's crazy.
Nobody do that.
Yeah.
Everybody had a hustle man growing up. You didn't?
But anyways,
But yeah, so there was an episode where he was telling a story about how he met Gina, right? And he makes the story like he was the man, right? So he shows up to the party and he like slides in with this cape and bell bottoms, and Pam, who, if you watch
Yeah.
the show, they are arch enemies.
they can't stand each other. Yeah.
Not in this story. Pam was all on him.
Oh, okay.
He's like, be cool, baby. She was like, could you just hang out with me? Hey, just be cool, baby. Maybe I'll talk to you later after the party, you know? She was like, okay. And, you know, so it was like his version of what happened. But I said all of that to say at one point he decides, let me grab the saxophone. He grabs the saxophone and start playing all hard. And like the party goes wild and everything. And he just like pass the saxophone back and carry on with his day. But that's my dream. That's who I want to be in life.
I feel yeah. My dream as a kid to be like a musician, like a rock star, like the guy. Like you want to be the guy.
All right. So that turned
So,
into everything.
Yes, ultimately, I like that vibe of 100 Ways. It's a little persuasive,
Yes. Oh, yeah.
but in a very kind and loving way. It was very good. I like that. It was, that was
Give me
cool.
reasons. I like that. That's my new theory now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you
I'm gonna
reasons
give you-
why.
I'm going to give you a reason.
Sweetest of debts.
That's
The sweetest of debts. Listen. But then don't just be like, okay, give me this. Find 100.
100.
Find 100 ways she can pay you. He starts off real subtle. Buy her flowers. And then she can be like, oh, you the sweetest of debts.
He buries the lead, if you will.
Yeah. He's out there fishing. He waits until you take it. He pulls it right in. She owes you. Now, you know what? I went back and forth between 100 Ways and Just Once. Now, Just Once is a pretty good song, too.
Was that the other one we
yeah.
mentioned? It had 22 million streams.
Oh, James wasn't holding you up.
I guess not.
And Quincy Jones was
Quincy,
behind
yeah.
it. So, you know, it wasn't a fluke production. This guy is still doing stuff.
That was the other thing that I was going to say about the actual production of that song. It sounds like it could have been produced today. It was very the crisp quality. I guess, I don't know, maybe I just need to be a little bit more versed in like past music, but that was very well produced.
So to me, the production of a song was better back then. Now you just sort of like get a program.
Yeah.
And then just write it out. Like I was saying during the song. Back then, it was a band. You had 30 guys back there. Whatever that thing was that we heard, it was a guy playing that. Like whatever, a bonsoon or you didn't. A studio was filled with musicians.
Yeah.
As opposed to just like a guy with a keyboard to be like, oh, I need
Simulate the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a big thing now in like the rock community is backing tracks. Have you heard of this drama? So backing tracks are essentially having a recorded version of your song playing as you're playing it, so that it can add in the extra either people that you don't have or the effects or the sounds.
Really?
So there's a lot of debate if that's like ethical or like really playing
Really music or
really
not.
music, yeah. Which if you want to hear my input, I think there's two different ways to look at it. I think that yes, it's a new wave of how to play music, because you're not making money nowadays playing music and touring and doing all these things.
Really?
Not at all. Like, unless you're like Taylor Swift or like a really big name, the music industry is so oversaturated now, because anybody can make. You got guys like me making music in their basement. Like, anybody can make music. You can't like be supporting a 30-piece band touring. You have to just get your 3 or 4 guys or whatever it is, and then have a track playing behind you, and then you play to that track.
Oh, which makes sense.
Yeah, and it's fair. Like,
And is the music company still paying like they used to? Are you getting like a multi-million-dollar contract?
I don't believe
before you actually start being Taylor Swift.
No, like when you get signed, you get like a deal, but you have to like promote your deal. You have to like do a lot for.
Oh, okay.
It's like getting signed is not the goal nowadays anymore.
No?
Because there was a lot of backlash in like the 2000s with like, I mean, ever since like the Temptations, like Buddy Gordy, like it's the classic thing. Like, you get signed to a record and they take advantage of you,
Yeah.
and it is always continued. And every industry or every label is going to be like, I'll take care of you. We're good. Like, we're not like them, and then it just ends up being like them.
The same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right, so we'll go on to my song now.
This song.
The song that I have for David is Holy Fawn is the band. The song is Dark Stone.
Dark Stone.
Do you know what the term shoegaze is for music?
No.
So shoegaze is a genre of rock music that has a lot of reverb. The vocals are kind of distorted. They're clean singing vocals, but they have a lot of effects on them.
Okay.
There's just a general vibe to, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Okay. And that's called shoegaze.
So the idea is literally, so it's like gazing at your shoes. The idea is that when people are playing the music, is they're just like standing up and just rocking,
Oh, just rocking out to it. Just
gazing at their shoes.
okay. It just sounded like it was back there for whatever reason. But I think
That's the beauty of the music. It envelops you, man.
it's surround sound. Headphones do enhance the listening to a song, because I didn't get this when I listened to it.
Yeah.
Like,
There ain't gonna be no dancing for this.
what would you call that?
What? It's the guitar and bass.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
The like distortion.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's the shoegaze aspect of it. Is like that like heavy distortion,
Just hit it.
fuzzy. Yeah.
And hit the reverb bar
Yep.
on it.
Yep.
Okay.
Their pedal boards live is this huge board, and they tap everything, and it gets all these crazy cool sounds. It's funny. It's so different from yours. Like, but even just like that, yours was like you had a defined instrument, you had a defined set of instruments, whereas this is
It's like a
everything.
collaboration
Like,
of it.
I like that for different reasons. I like music for like different purposes.
So this is new to me. The sound.
Yeah.
This sound, and I'm gonna tell you where the rare puts me after it's over. All right. Now that was Holy Fawn, Darkstone, right?
That's right.
So there's a couple of things that song put me into, right? Let me say what I like about it. Once the rhythm comes in,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, yeah, I can actually find what you're doing. And that was cool. This was my first time ever really like listening to it and hearing what all is going on. The thing about it is it puts me in the mind of something else that's supposed to be going on. Like it treats me like I'm watching a movie score and this is the backdrop for a scene. And when the distortion and all of that started, it reminded me of a fire, like controlled chaos, right? It's so much stuff going on inside of a fire. This guy's putting a hole over here. This guy's pulling the electricity. This guy's stretching the line. These guys out here screaming because they don't know what's going on. The boss is telling somebody to do something so it's sort of like that whole mesh of what's going on. My concern with this type of music for me is the music never keeps me there.
Okay.
It puts my mind everywhere.
It takes you
else.
away as opposed to keeping.
So like it puts me everywhere except for just vibing out on the song, and that's sort of like, I don't know. I listen to music to sort of like enjoy to being in that moment. And I'm not saying one is right or one is wrong, or I'm just like with the first song that we listened to, I was there. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't thinking about anything else. I was just thinking about this dude trying to get him some payback. and the distorted guitar, right? That it didn't have broke it all up. So I was like,
yeah, it kind of catches you out of it.
Yeah, then it just it's like a slap. You know, so I don't know. It's too much. It's too much for me. I like to catch a groove and roll out. Be like, dun, dun, dun.
So I like this. My goal is to find something that aligns with those things, that forms to those your requirement in a very good way. Like I love this.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. I understand exactly. I feel bad because you can deal with all of the songs I gave you. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy that you like the songs I pick.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel a little bad that I'm like,
I'm just putting you through torture.
I have no problem with it. I'm way open to it.
Fair.
I think we listen to music differently.
We have very different reasons, purposes, end games of listening to music. So when you were saying that this song kind of like takes you away, I listened to this to take me away.
Oh.
To like just let me like space out, let me just kind of like vibe out with in my head. But then I'll also listen to a song like 100 Reasons or any other number of like very direct songs that have a more of a message. Whereas that song was, just kind of a
I know
song.
what you're saying. Yeah.
I'll listen to those in a mood where I'm looking for that, or like looking to vibe out to the instruments or to the song itself.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that's sort of like when I listen to music, right? So I don't listen for a bunch of different reasons. I only have one reason to listen to music, and that's just to take that time, get in that mode, and zone out, right? I don't want my mind to keep going. So when I listen to music, I need like something that's going to keep me in that song. I don't want to go anywhere else. I don't want to be thinking about a movie. I want to be thinking about like a fire. I don't want to think about any of it. It's more or less I just want to hear this song and I want to hear this guy. And I do listen for vocals.
Yeah.
And instruments, right?
Music is very subjective for each person.
And that's why we have this section of
That's right.
the podcast. The song, it kept me all over the place. But if that's what that music is supposed to do, it's like going into a library. You know what I'm saying? You got this section, this section, this section. It's not so much of books. It's about the different places you can go because of the books. That song, that's what that song did, right? It took me on a journey. Like I'm going through a whole bunch of like, oh, this would be good. I'm actually seeing the movie scene when I hear that song.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, this is the part where the guy is like breaking into the mansion and he's got to find this, but now the guy that lives there came home and this is the music playing in the background it took me there. And then when the distorted guitar came in, I was like, that's the breakup, like, "Arr." I was like, okay, that's the fire scene. Now it took me to a fire scene where I'm trying to control everything, but it's chaos. You know what I'm saying? But then it's controlled chaos. And now we got to the seat of the fire. Now we putting this fire out. We realized what started it. That's when the music came back in. It had me thinking. I just don't want my music for that.
Yeah, that's fair. It's very interesting. I get that. Yeah. So with that style of music, there's a lot of ambient sounds and a lot of ambient noises, which lends to the soundtrack aspect of it, which is part of the thing that I like about it, is that it has like a lot of extra things.
Score.
Yeah, the score. When I first saw them, the reason that I got hooked on these guys is I saw them in concert. But they were like a warm-up band for the band that I was seeing. And it was one of those bands that, like, as soon as they came out and the first song they played, I think it was actually this song, that guitar distortion, like that segmented, like, I was like, oh, like that was what I was talking about, like the frequencies last time. Like that was that low frequency, it hits something in me where it's like, oh, I'm listening now.
Okay.
But then now when I listen to it, it's like, oh, I'm going back to that concert. I'm going back to different bands that sound like this. And it's kind of taking me away. Because for me, sometimes I will listen to music to escape.
Okay.
And so it's kind of a different purpose than you, but I also will listen to music.
But see, we're both escaping.
Yeah.
I escape the outside world to be involved in that song.
Sure.
You get involved in that song and escape to different places of the world. If I'm being clear. Yeah. So it's like we're both zoning into where we want to be. Right? I want to be in the moment of the song. You more or less like, I'm enjoying all of the nostalgia that comes with this song. But yeah, so it's like we both listen to for the same reason, right?
Yeah.
Yours is to zone into some good memories, nostalgia, go to different places that this song takes you. Mine is leave the outside world alone and zone into this song, right? When we were listening to James Ingram, I enjoyed us just being here in the moment, listening to the song, sipping on a couple of bourbons, and just like, let the music make the vibe, right? Yours was more or less like, okay,
it's an experience.
I'm everywhere now.
Yeah.
I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm shooting through the universe. And that was like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I love that. I love the different aspects of doing it for similar reasons, but wanting different outcomes, wanting different.
We got different goals. We got different destinations.
I like it.
But we both in the car, brother.
That's right.
We both in the car. We just got different destinations. But yeah, I mean, and that's what music is if you think about it. Music is just a vehicle. Yeah. And you can get to wherever you want. That's why I don't have any problems with any kind of music, even if I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it'll take everybody where they need to go.
Yeah.
You know, even classical music, you know, and the talent that you have.
Crazy.
As a orchestra.
And being able to work along with everybody else. Something me and my wife recently watched is the key ingredient of being part of an orchestra, being a part of a musical thing is you're not trying, the lesson was humility, but the idea that you're not trying to be like the lead guy. You're not trying to be the guy.
You're not trying to
be the guy.
Don't be the guy.
Just be a part of the thing. And because that adds more to it. Rather than like, oh, here's this one, but no, now there's this world that you're exploring with us, and you're a part of it.
And that's what I appreciated with the orchestra, right?
Yeah.
You had about, I don't know, 15, 20 people, maybe more than that inside of the orchestra. They all have a different instrument. You got your violins, you got your wind instruments, your string instruments, or whatever. You got all of those different instruments with different people. And they all have the same sound coming out of these 5 or 6 different instruments.
The same note.
The same note. See? Boom. Clef note. I learned that. You just been bad. But yeah, so that was real cool to me to see all of these differences come together and have the same note.
Yeah.
Right? We're all playing the same song. And I can do it with my violin. You can do it with your oboe. You can do it with your bass, or what's that long one?
Cello.
Cello. Oh, look at you. You're classically conditioned, I see.
You can do it with your piccolo.
Yep. But yeah, that was the cool part when I was seeing that. Like, you know, it's so much individualism going on, but when you actually pull all of these people together,
Yeah.
and they rock out. You got that one conductor,
Yep.
saying, "Play this note."
Yeah,
play
which
that
I
note.
kind of think is a joke, but
He's not really doing anything.
what is he doing? And especially if he's like the director for like songs that are already written, he's not groundbreaking. What is he doing up there?
What? You understand what it'll sound like without that dude with that
Yeah,
baton?
get your tiny little pool cue out of here.
The funny part is he has it in a case.
Yeah.
If it breaks, it's done. All right, that guy comes out there, he pulls his case out. He taps the little thing. Get it together.
Yeah, time to go. Yeah.
It's that time, people. All right, follow the bouncing stick. I'm like, well, wait a minute. If this dude is directing everything, what's on the piece of paper in front of you? Don't you look at that paper? That man is directing you.
That's your guidance.
Don't you disrespect that man by looking at that sheet
Take
paper?
away his job.
Yeah, he's got you. Just follow. All right. When he go like this, that's a. All right. That's a. Oh, man. Well, that is our segment of Shaping Sounds. We just learned a couple of new songs. I hope you enjoyed that part. But stay tuned. We are about to talk about the dude that overstepped his boundaries with nicknames. All right. So sit right back. We'll be right back with the Bad Batch Bourbon Bros. All right, welcome back to the Bad Batch Bourbon Bros. So listen, Vinny, I'm pretty sure you got a nickname, right? It's Vinny.
Yeah.
Now, some of us have just universal nicknames. Like some people just say, hey, Dave, hey, Vinny, whatever. When someone has a family nickname and you go around that family and you hear it, let's say my nickname might have been long time ago without any kind of secrets being told, Dave Dean, right? If you came to my family picnic and somebody said Dave Dean talking to me, would you feel comfortable with using that name from that point on?
No. There's something I don't know.
You gave me some. You made me nervous for a minute.
It's the art of suspense.
There we go.
No, not at all. There's too much I don't know about that.
Right?
Yeah.
So when you hear somebody using a nickname and they didn't give you permission to use that nickname.
Yeah. Like, hey, call me this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that dude thinking that decides to use that nickname?
Yeah. It's the guy that comes into conversation that's of people that are laughing and
Right.
just starts laughing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You weren't invited to this party,
weren't
sir.
yeah.
So there was a situation, right? Now, of course, everybody knows I'm a firefighter. We build some bonds
Sure.
throughout the course of working a 24-hour shift for years together or whatever. There was this one guy, and he had little feet. He wasn't a real big guy, but he had little feet, right? So It was after maybe like a couple of fires, whatever. Everybody came back to the firehouse. We relaxing in the watch room, waiting for our next run. The guy, he puts his feet up. He puts his feet up on like the ottoman, or maybe it was a recliner or whatever. One of the guys, one of the more senior guys on the firehouse, he came in and he like looked around, and we all watching the same TV, and he was like, "You got on your kid shoes, man? What are you, Little Boots?" And so his nickname stuck, Little Boots. But it was sort of like a family name.
Yeah,
now,
you had to be there.
yeah, you had to be there. And on top of that, usually when there's not a guy with a lot of height, you don't address it, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like
Yeah.
you can make fun of skinny people, but you can't make fun of fat people.
Right.
You know that rule.
Right.
Right. So this guy wasn't a very tall stature.
Mm-hmm.
So he he's a grown man that's not that tall.
Yeah. You know that there's some internal animosity going on inside him. Napoleon syndrome.
Exactly. However, people lovingly refer to him on the fire department as Little Boots now. That's our thing.
Yeah.
It's almost like your brother or your sister.
Yeah. It's not offensive from you.
Right. So there was another firefighter. It was a female firefighter, right? And she was dating this guy. And the guy came in, and maybe she shared this story with him like I'm sharing it with you. But it's a party where everybody got their spouses, their girlfriends, and everything. Is maybe a retirement party or whatever. This guy walks in and sees the guy that was referred to as Little Boots in the firehouse. It was like, "Hey, what's up, Little Boots?" It was horrible.
Like a record scratches and like everybody goes silent.
Exactly. So the point of this conversation now is let's dive into that guy who decides, hey, I can use a nickname that I heard your loved one.
Yeah.
I heard it one time from a loved one or somebody way closer than me. Like, I have a problem referring to your wife with what I've heard you refer to her as,
Yeah.
right? I don't know if that's a special nickname or anything, but yeah, okay, I know your wife's name. I will use her name until
Yeah. You're told
somebody
otherwise.
tell me otherwise,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Despite what I've heard you call her, what I've heard you call her. Who is that guy?
Yeah.
What is that guy's meant to?
So it has to be something along the lines of like, it's like you had to be there, but you weren't.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that guy is a guy who don't know his boundaries. That's a guy who constantly just step over boundaries.
Yeah.
We're talking about the nickname right now, but this person 9 times out of 10.
They're going to put an arm over someone that's inappropriate. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, that is, yeah.
So what is that guy's mentality? Is it everybody loves me, so I can do this? Nobody. I'm a force my way into y'all circle. What is that guy?
I think that, right. Yeah.
And we solving problems at this.
That's right.
Who is that guy?
I think there's some sort of entitlement there. One of my biggest pet peeves is the lack of self-awareness. And I feel like that's
Yes.
a big lack of self-awareness. If you were not either explained, told about this joke or this inside thing, like you're David, I'm Vinny. Like, we'll get to the nicknames. Maybe you'll have a nickname for me in the future. Yeah. That's cool.
Your own nickname.
Your own nickname. Or there's some sort of like when you kind of, if you are around enough and you get part of the friend group and then you're like, oh, like, you know, then there's something there. But when you're coming in first day, coming in hot, that's immediate, like, you're out of here.
Right.
Guy.
And that's another thing. Doesn't that sort of give the reverse effect for that guy?
Oh, yeah.
Because that guy.
He's trying so hard
Yes.
to get in there.
He's trying so hard to get into the inner circle that you just made the cardinal rule.
Yeah, the cardinal sin.
mistake.
Yeah.
The cardinal sin
Yeah.
to get accepted into this crowd. Now and
And like,
who's this guy?
yeah, the people that like,
That's who you turn into.
yeah, the who's this guy?
Who's this guy?
There we go. That's what it is. Because everyone around him is like, who? Literally, who is this guy? Like,
And that's exactly what happened when my man said, "Hey, what's up, little boots?"
oh yeah.
I was like, "What? No, you know." Now that I'm breaking the story. Yeah, I don't even know if that was actually used in his presence as much. Like he was there when it came out,
Yeah,
right?
right.
But it wasn't like everybody
It's
said,
like, hey, did you
little
hear
boo."
Chief called him?
Right. Yeah, it was like, hey, you know, and you would use it like
like kind of teasingly.
like teasingly, like, hey, what's up, little boots?
Yeah.
Right. It wasn't like,
But it wasn't like when you're like doing CPR, like, hey, little boots, go get in the bag.
it will now. We're both still on the job, and that is exactly what will happen from now on. Hey, little. That's hilarious. Little boots, go get the pads. go get. Oh man, that's a whole nother subject. Oh, that's hilarious.
No, but that's what you get when you tune into the Bad Batch Bourbon Bros podcast.
The Bad Batch Bourbon Bros podcast. All right. Welcome back to Bad Batch Bourbon Bros, where in this segment we talk about things we're looking forward to in the future.
Looking forward.
Now, looking forward. I like that. So, the part of this segment, the parameters is this is a perfect world. Everything is perfect in this world. Perfect people, perfect health, perfect
Government.
It's all perfection, right? By the most highest standards that you can use. These are the perfect parameters of life. And me and Vinny will tell you what we're looking forward to in this world when it gets here of a perfect world. Vinny, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I think I went first last time.
Okay. Well, then I will go. I am looking forward to hair again. I would love, in a perfect world, perfect parameters, to get my hair back.
Me too, man.
So,
Me too.
was that yours?
No.
Oh, okay.
But that kind of.
So, my hair journey was weird, right? Growing up, I had a tough texture of hair that I never really took care of,
I
right?
would like to see, because I've never seen you with hair. I would love to see a picture of you with hair.
Do I have a picture? I may have a picture. If I have a picture, I'll send it to you. However, my journey with hair was funny. Growing up, I was always made fun of because I had a tougher texture of hair in the community. It was called nappy, right? Oh, you got nappy hair, Dave. Yeah, oh man, look at your kinkabugs. That's what they used to call it or whatever. So I had bad hair. As I got older, I started doing more with my hair. So I had waves. I had like a good looking head of hair. And then it started turning gray way earlier in my life. It started turning gray.
Around what age?
21.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I started having gray hair real early in life. Then it decided to leave at 26. So my hair started falling out at 26. So there's a small window where I have pictures with good hair.
Okay.
And then it's gone. And now, in a perfect world, with a perfect everything, government, health, food,
Body.
body,
Mind.
Hair. Hair is at the top of my list of things that I'm looking forward to in this world.
Oh, I never cut it.
Yeah,
I never cut it.
flowing locks.
I don't know what juices and berries would do to it, but I'm gonna find out.
I'll put them all in there. I'm with you. I got 100%. My hair started thinning in the front, like right around here.
Okay.
When I was 27, 28.
Okay, so right
It
around the same time.
Yeah, it never really went gray, but I had like real blonde hair, so it was real like just light.
Right. Looked like it was sunbathed anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I always told myself that whenever I didn't want to do the comb over, I didn't want to do like.
Oh.
I always told myself if it ever got to the point where I was like, all right, like if I have to start covering for it, I'm just gonna get rid of it.
I understand.
Yeah.
I didn't have that option.
What it just left.
I could never comb it up. Oh, I still have some sides.
Coming over.
It's not getting combed up. I can comb it that way as much as I want. It might go up.
Yeah, I've seen some individuals use. I don't think that it's spray paint.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
It's called Beijing. It's called Beijing. Or enhancements now is what they call it. But it's just little fibers that they spray in your light spots. Right?
What if it's
And-
all a light spot?
That's where the Beijing comes in, and they just spray this color. Remember? It was a QVC back in the day where they were like selling this hairspray where they would cover your bald spot.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
just like
yeah.
a can of spray. That's exactly what you're thinking about. That morphed into the African American
just went with
community.
it.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, wait a minute, we'll just make it black and spray my spots." I've seen a dude that walked around look just like a bowling ball.
Yep.
And I think we're talking about the
Yep.
I don't want my hair back that bad to where I just take a spray can and make my head the same color as my hair used to be.
Yeah.
But
All right.
in a perfect world,
Yeah.
when it gets here, I am looking forward to seeing my hair again.
I like it.
Right now, what would be cruel if it's like, you never guaranteed hair back in
Yeah.
the perfect world.
Yeah. Or it grows just like the way it is now. That's a cool joke.
It will be a cruel.
That's for doing that thing that you did.
Yeah, right. I also wonder if I would be the same height in a perfect world.
Yeah.
Did I stop growing? I watched this one thing, and it was like people way back in the day were way taller than us.
Really?
I wonder how true that is. I don't know how true it is, but like they were saying Moses was like 8 feet tall or whatever. I don't know. But who knows?
Yeah.
All right. So that's my thing. I'm looking forward to hair. And Vinny, when I tell you, you're going to be like, is that Dave riding past on a horse again
With his hair
with his hair? It's going to be the Black Fabio
White horse, black man.
with a full head of thick hair.
You got your wife on the back. Just
Oh yeah, just, she blowing, she's spitting hair out my face, out her face.
yeah. You guys got to go to the African Beauty Supply, but it's for you.
No, I need more silky blue. Right? She's like, what? Just wear it short. Oh man, that's hilarious. Yeah, we would be the exact opposite. So that was mine. I'm wishing for my hair back in this perfect world. Vinny, what is your one looking forward to?
So one of the things that I would like to see or would like to find out is the real uses or real purposes of different animals or things now that we don't understand. For example, a jellyfish.
Ooh.
there's no, as of right, well, for what I understand and what we know, that like what's the point of them? Like they only exist to hurt, to cause pain, like that. Like they can exist for
a long time,
long
yeah.
periods of time, but they will just shock. Like, what's the point of them? Or mosquitoes. Like everything is here for a reason or a purpose.
Right.
What is or was the purpose? And I would like to find out like these different things as to like what is the real use of these things.
Now that is a beautiful question, and it's always going to keep you moving deeper into it,
Yeah.
right? So I had that issue with the mosquitoes. I was like, what's the purpose of a mosquito? The closest I came up with some research, and I don't know if this is right or anything, but I did the research, and this is what I've came to, like, stuff said. But who knows if that was the real purpose of them being created.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes were supposed to bite animals with infections, bring that blood out, and then take it away from that animal so he will be healthy. So say like if a deer had Lyme disease, when mosquitoes bite it, they would take that blood, that infected blood out of them and keep moving on. When things moved away from perfection, they start biting humans. And now it's like the whole system was messed up. That's what I came up with. My research showed me that.
Interesting.
But yeah, that would be something to like know the purpose of everything.
Yeah, but that's a very fair point of what you're saying is like, because it's all about extracting, like they're getting blood out of. So yeah.
to that one, mine was hemp or marijuana. Mine was okay.
Oh, what's the real?
What was this plant created
plant,
for? Was
yeah.
it created for animals? For medicinal reasons, for them to eat it and they carry on. However, it threw me off because I'm thinking like, well, this is a perfect world. There would never be sickness.
They don't need that to,
There would never be a sickness. All right. Well, that concludes another episode of Bad Batch Bourbon Bros. I'm glad you guys tuned in. Y'all keep looking for us. We can keep bringing you the greatest bourbons, the best stories, and the sweetest sounds. I'm David.
And I'm Vinny.
Enjoy your life.